the Chinese year of the Istanbullocks. Welcome to Talking Istanbullocks after a week's break with me, Jorma, and him,
Ray Mac. We're back in the local juicer, James Joyce Istanbul, everybody, our main sponsors, and we welcome back spring, of course. And if you enjoy this podcast, please follow us and subscribe on the app you're listening to right now at the moment. We're bringing you this episode with the help of Groom Radio UK, the only radio station, Jimster, in the world playing only podcasts.
Yes, and today's show is brought to you by Big One's It's Big One's International magazine, the publication that rejects fat shaming and knows no national boundaries in its quest to titillate a large amount of gents across the globe. This week's show is more brimming with energy than a box full of mad puppies. And this week we've got a rootin, tootin cowboy turning up in Lickey End. We've got true or false.
Titillate. Mad puppies. Who is that? Who is that girl, Jimmy? With the big ones?
What?
Very, very fond of her. Newsreader or a weather reader?
You mean the weather presenter in Scotland?
The weather presenter, yeah.
Scotland. Judith Ross, yeah. Woman.
The weather girl with the big jugs.
Yeah, Judith Ross.
Yeah, okay. Jesus Christ. She'd make a cow jealous.
She sent me a nice little comment on Twitter last week, actually.
Bet she did.
Yeah. It wasn't anything to do with this week's guest publication.
Yeah, she was she was just probably wishing you the best of luck.
Yeah.
We're going to start off, Shakers, with Morgan Freeman reading one of his own poems about what's gone totally wrong with Spanish holiday heaven or hell, Benidorm. Let's go over right now and see what he's got for us.
Hi, Shakers. Married life isn't always easy, and when my anniversary was approaching, Jorma said to me, "You need some time away. What about a week in the sun by the beach?" I thought this was a mighty fine idea, and Ray Mac agreed. So I used my friend Bill Roche's credit card, and I booked a flight to Alicante and headed to Benidorm, one of my favorite vacation spots. That is, after Bangkok and Amsterdam. But that goes without saying. It was only when I returned that my wife said she wished I'd invited her to come with me. Still, she wouldn't have enjoyed it much when I told her how restrictive things had become, so I penned a poem called "But See If They Can Stop Me" by Morgan Freeman. Sun, sea, sand, and sex is not only alliteration, it's sibilance, my dear. About my favorite vacation, a sleepy old fishing port, till tourism erupted. Benidorm, home of debauchery, uninterrupted. A place to forget the real world when it got too much. Anonymous hookups with cheap Brits, Irish and Dutch. Skyscrapers, sandy beaches, bacon buddies and bingo. You can do anything here without a word of the lingo. Water parks abound, cabaret at Benidorm Palace. Many hen parties on the prowl for a black man's phallus. So it's Viva España and España, por favor. With no strings attached, it was the greatest place to score. Back in the day, we all loved Club 18 to 30. But Benidorm's cleaning up and wants to be less dirty. I get this, of course, boarding the beef bus at my age every night is too much, now at life's current stage. But Benidorm has something for oldies and the kids. Or at least I'd say that, until recently it did. Sticky Vicky's dream town has become quite the opposite. The Costa Blanca's modernizing from bullfights to bullshit. The police now charge you for being at the beach overnight. That's an extra grand on top of your spends and your flight. Sleeping on the beach, smokes and booze all have their fee. But see if they can stop me taking a piss in the sea.
First question, Jimmy. Sticky Vicky.
Sticky Vicky.
Can you please expand on that?
You don't know who Sticky Vicky is?
I haven't a second clue.
All right. When I was a very, very young man of just 18 summers.
That's coming to an end soonish, by the way.
It was. I've not been 18 for quite a while. But I went to Benidorm with a couple of friends of mine. Have you ever been, Ray?
I have been, when I was a very, very young fella.
Mm-hmm. Well, that must have been a long time ago.
Oh, it wasn't too long now, good lad. You're coming 50 in the same month as me, September. You've got 11 years in the difference.
I remember being 50, Ray.
Do I?
Anyway, so you know what Benidorm's like. It really is some people's heaven and it's some people's hell, isn't it? And if you've never been there, it's got all the entertainment that isn't very cerebral, but it's loads of fun. You know, it's kind of tacky and proud, if you like. And I went with a couple of pals, and you know they're always trying to sell you tickets to go to this club and that club, and you'll get this free drink and that free drink. And somebody had told me, somebody I worked with before, if you're going to Benidorm, you better go and see Sticky Vicky. And I was asking what Sticky Vicky was. And this guy, John, he wouldn't tell me. He just said, go to Benidorm and see it. So anyway, somebody tried to, they're on the street with the flyers and they're trying to get you in. And they said, Sticky Vicky's on at 9 o'clock. So we went in, and it was very clear that this was some kind of strip show. But we didn't quite know what to expect. Now, at the time, I wasn't very good at estimating women's ages. At that point, and especially not naked women. But I'm going to guess with what I know now that she must have been in her 50s, this Vicky, or Sticky Vicky as she was known. And, reasonable shape. Actually, she was built like a dancer, if you know what I mean. And she did a dance, and she had a boa and all this. And I mean the scarf, not the snake, but that came later, didn't it? She actually does get a snake. She's got it on her shoulders. And then she does that famous thing where she's lying on her back all of a sudden with legs akimbo, and ping pong balls are flying out from within the darkness. And she starts pulling out various items. And it started off with something like a handkerchief, pulling it out of the old, acute angina. And she actually, I don't know how the hell she did this, right? But she actually pulled a sword out of her vagina. She did. I'm assuming it must have been something that was retractable. But how the hell she got a sword handle up there in the first place and was able to dance around it was unbelievable. And it freaked me out. Absolutely. Anyway, many, many, many years later, I don't know what, about 6 years ago, 7 years ago, 8 years ago, maybe, my dad got married, and I went to his wedding, and loads of people there. And of course, you go and watch Sticky Vicky and Benidorm, but the last thing you do is tell your parents about it, isn't it? And talking to my dad and a lot of his friends, and one of them suddenly mentioned Sticky Vicky, and they said, wasn't she in Benidorm? And they all started nodding, and all my dad and his friends had seen Sticky Vicky do exactly the same act about 25 years earlier than I had. Would you believe?
She'd be in her 70s, though.
Oh, I think she's dead now. I think I heard that she retired a few years ago, but I think she's dead. She may have even been 60 at the time. I don't know. She was in damn good shape if she was, but my goodness, the stuff that she was knocking out of there. Bloody hell, I wouldn't have liked to have been at the goal end.
That's right. But we were speaking about hell, heaven or hell. I mean, I wouldn't be in no rush to go back. I was there I think when I was 18, 19 or 20 years of age.
Yeah.
But they've got all these restrictions now coming in. Reserving a place, Jimmy, with a bummer shoot or towel.
Pardon?
I'm going to say it again. A bummer shoot. A bummer shoot is a sunshade, a brolly, a gam. Yes. Reserving a place.
It sounded like a homophobic slur.
Reserving a place with a parasol or towel or a bummer shoot. Seriously, Jimmy, equals to a fine of £150 right now at the moment. These Germans, Jimmy, love the towel reserving crack.
Yeah, they do.
So no Germans in Benidorm anymore.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Smoking on a beach, Jimmy. Get a load of this. £2,000. The fine is even, however, less for having your John Thomas out and having jiggy on the beach. That's $750 fine, Jimmy. Seriously, and it's the same $750 for drinking alcohol.
Yeah.
Barbecue's absolutely prohibited, Jimmy. At $3,000 fine, pal.
It's crazy, isn't it? This place where everything used to go, and then suddenly absolutely nothing goes. But as Morgan correctly said, there is a fine for pissing in the sea, but how are they going to catch you?
That's $650. But the other one, Jimmy, is going nude on a non-nudist beach, £650. And yeah, urinating carries only $150. That's not very steep.
Well, it's not, but how will they catch you?
Yeah. They're not going to be just looking out.
You know, unless you're in, paddling, you're up to your knees and you suddenly get your John Thomas out and decide to sprinkle it where all the kids are playing. But otherwise, you swim out to sea, you remove your trunks, get them down to your knees, don't you? Have a quick pee and then swim off.
Exactly. Oh, why not? Well,
I do that in Istanbul every day.
No, we get in the pot. Like,
yeah, I do. But I wouldn't piss my trunks, so I take them off and then put them back on again after.
We're great lads for pissing.
I've never done a wardrobe though, Ray. That's the difference between me and you.
I bet you to that one, Jimmy. Building large sand sculptures, also £150. I can't see this kind of malarkey shenanigans going down too well, Jimmy. Seriously.
Are you serious? Because there were always brilliant sand sculptures at Benidorm.
Yeah.
That's creative. What's wrong with them?
I don't know, but I think there's a time limit as well on this. I think you'll have to look into that again, Shakers. But it does seem to be very, very, very strict laws coming in for Benidorm, and whether it's going to go ahead is totally another thing, Jimster.
Yeah, but if anybody does fancy doing any of those things, if you go 25 kilometers up the coast, there's a nice resort called Calpe, which is full of Russians. They'll let you do that quite happily.
Oh, they will. I nearly forgot, Jimmy. I know that we missed out last week, and actually I felt like something really, as we say in Ireland, it felt kind of gammy. Now, for Shakers who doesn't know the word gammy, in Ireland we say gammy. It's kind of strange or kind of weird. We can also use a gammy sham, which is fella, pal, boy, or a friend. He's a gammy sham. Or we have the word, Jimmy, a gammy leg.
Yes.
Yeah, well, it kind of felt gammy that we didn't have a show last week because I wanted to plug, Jimmy, the St. Patrick's weekend, the pivotal nights in James Joyce. You were there one of the nights, weren't you?
Yeah, I was there on the Saturday.
Yeah, there were pivotal nights.
I think that's where I caught whatever I caught. What did you say, Ray? Sorry?
I said there were two pivotal nights, and I went ahead and I pivoted.
You pivoted.
But seriously,
discarded like trash.
But seriously, I hope you're feeling tip-top and better after that bad dose of sinusitis,
yeah. By the way, just whilst we're talking about that, little reference to your St. Patrick's weekend in Morgan's poem. I don't know if you noticed it, Ray. Did you?
And I don't know. I'll leave this to you.
Okay. Ray did his weekend gig at St. Patrick's Day at James Joyce, and it was absolutely brilliant. Had himself a nice weekend in the hotel as well.
I did.
You did? Wedding anniversary as well, Ray, wasn't it?
my wedding anniversary without my wife.
Without your wife. And it's funny that Morgan should write a poem about it.
Okay, now, let's get away from that part. Jimmy, I met an incredible... We actually won the Six Nations as well. On this, yeah, but I met a colourful bunch of lads from County Derry. Shout out to Pete, Lester and Liam from County Derry. Great bunch of lads. A crazy gang of Brummies, a hen party from Waterford, and two, Jimmy, interesting blokes from Mumbai. And interestingly enough, our very first listeners from India, Mumbai, Jimmy.
No, they're not. We have hundreds of listeners in India.
What do we have?
Yes.
What excuse a fucking moi?
They're the first ones who told you.
Oh my God. I did Donny Door first. The first listener.
Oh, we might lose them now after that one.
Oh no, they won't. They're going to come back for more, Jimmy. True or false?
All right. True.
Oh, just before that, Jimmy, seriously, you poor thing, get well soon. That's going to come up in this, actually.
Oh, okay, looking forward to it.
Emma Stone, 2-time Oscar winner, 2017, 2024, has got a tattoo of two purple winged doves from eastern Brazil on her wrist, and chose the design as a reminder of our mother's favourite song, When Doves Cry, by Prince, which holds sentimental value to her, Emma Stone.
Purple doves. I didn't know you could have such a thing.
There are purple doves, and they are somewhere in the world, and you can Google it and Google it all you want.
I get the purple thing might be a... what was the song called again? Because I get the purple thing might...
Purple Rain, that was a song.
Yeah, I know that. But what did you say the song was called?
When Doves Cry. She had two purple doves
So purple
on her wrist.
Could be related to...
Yeah.
To
her favourite song was When Doves Cry, yeah.
And that was a tribute to her mother, yeah?
Yeah.
Sharon?
No.
or we discussed that one before. I thought you were going to say that she had a tattoo of a Welsh Bafta, actually.
That's coming up later.
Well, I'm going to say it could be true. I mean, the whole dove thing and Prince, it all pretty much goes together, doesn't it?
Does indeed. Good lad, good lad, good lad. It's false. I love when I really, claw you in there, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Bring you in, and you get all excited, and you think you have it.
You suck me in, and then you spit me out.
Jimmy, are you sucking in when I'm spitting out? You're not. False. She has a tattoo of a bird's foot on her wrist.
Why the bloody
reminder?
Do that?
A reminder of her mum's favourite song, Blackbird, by the Beatles.
Oh, okay.
But that was a nice way of swapping and changing around and confusing you, yeah?
Yes, it was. You certainly succeeded, Raymond. I hope you're very proud of yourself.
Yeah, I'm going to be now. I'm drinking Bailey's brandy and crushed ice. I'm in a rather Nancy boyish mood. Cheers, Jimmy.
Cheers. Chin chin. Have you got any rupees in there?
No, not today. I don't need it. I'm mad enough. She has a set of good skills, Jimmy, for doing impressions.
Yeah.
And she has a tidy knack of mimicking various celebrities and personalities, which has delighted fans worldwide, Jimmy. A little bit of useless information, Jimmy, on one of your favourite 90s groups. She appeared in a... Yeah, I'll tell you. This group. She appeared in a music video for a Spice Girls song. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you really, 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 really want. Paying homage to the popular girls group. That is true.
Yeah.
She did. Yeah. when she was a young girl. And she worked as a library assistant. Wow. Jimmy, back to the real story about Emma. I was kind of sharing this with you a week ago. Emma Stone won the Cedric Oscar Gibbons statuette for Best Actress in the 96th Academy Awards for Poor Things. I was saying earlier, you poor thing, Jimmy. God bless you, because you were really, 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 really ill. And now you're a little bit better, thank God. Emma Stone, who plays Bella Baxter, she careers from a morgue slab to an English castle as an imprisoned medical experiment, and then on to the inclines and skies of Lisbon, then the high sea on a huge ship, from there to Alexandria, and listen, Jimmy, and briefly within a Hector Goumart-style Art Nouveau hallucinated Paris of narrow streets and sex work.
I have no idea what any of that means, and I'd be surprised if you do.
You're a good one. No, you do, Jimmy. I'll tell you in a minute. Believe me, does our Bella Baxter have sex work? Seriously, Jimmy.
What's like being a prostitute?
I'll tell you. And finally, back to the gardens of Britain. Just giving a little bit of a lowdown. In theory, Jimmy, she is seeking sexual knowledge, jiggy, a bit about your father, and knowledge of human worth, and why the fuck she's here, and why indeed she's here to fuck. Well, I'll be fucked. When Bella discovers varieties of Congress, Jimmy, her hunger for what she dubs, wait for it, Jimothy and Shakers, she dubs it furious jumping. Furious jumping is boundless, she says. Why do people do this all the time? Personally, Jimmy, I hate those sex scenes in movies and series, unless it's necessary, Jimmy, and it rarely isn't necessary. Too much riding, Jimmy, in this.
Rarely is, so rarely is.
Yeah, rarely is. I found it, Jimmy, this movie weird as hell. Jimmy, seriously, too much riding. Yeah, from start to finish, Jimmy, basically it was like a porno. A blue movie, Jimmy, a blue movie. But with all ugly people, Jimmy, and shite accents. I really did not do much for me, Jimmy. The story didn't do anything for me.
Did you get anybody, a young tradesman coming to the door to repair somebody's washing machine? Or a pizza delivery boy?
Oh, I didn't, Jimmy. I wish there was. I know, in all fairness, this was actually the real night, the night before James Joyce. It was my actual anniversary, and myself and the wife sat down for this. I stopped watching.
The day before your anniversary?
The day before, yeah, Jimmy. And I didn't actually, I got up the last 20 minutes, or the last 30 minutes. There was heads or tails, Jimmy, too much riding. Seriously, Shakers, if you hated this movie, you will absolutely love Saltburn. Why am I roaring? Jimmy, another great quote from the movie. She grabbed my hairy business. Jimmy, you're going to love this. Finally, as a great West of Ireland philosopher once quoted, Emma Stone would be right at home if she visited Claire Morris Saddlery and Equestrian Centre.
Oh, they love riding in Claire Morris, don't they?
And furious jumping.
Might be one I followed it to negotiate, but there's good riding to be had there.
I couldn't make heads or tails of the movie. I just thought there was no really story to it, but she did. She deserved her Welsh Bafta, Cedric Gibbons statuette.
On the subject of Welsh Baftas and whatever those American things are called, what are they called? Oscars.
Oscars.
Somebody told me recently that Cedric Gibbons, apparently, when he made that, looked at it and thought it reminded him of his uncle, Oscar.
You're serious?
Might be true, might not be true.
No.
But yes, someone told me that a couple of weeks ago.
I remember I told you, Jimmy, and we didn't mention it actually on the show. One of the Gibbons brothers from ZZ Top, the guy with the beard, or the guy without the beard. Oh no.
Dusty.
Cedric,
Dusty.
was his uncle.
Oh, was he really?
That's another fact, Shakers. There you go.
God, it's a small world, isn't it?
And he was a sharp, dressed man, so I believe.
Yes, indeed.
See what I did there?
I did. I saw exactly what you did, Raymond. Just a thanks to Tom Finnerty and Ian Kirk, who've kindly contributed to the Ilona Jennings GoFundMe account in the last couple of weeks. If you've been listening for the last few weeks, you'll know that Ilona is fighting cancer and trying to hold on to the family home while she's going through chemotherapy and getting just the 10 days sick leave granted by America, or sick pay, should I say. The land where you are free to die without you needing to, because the government won't pay for your health care. So thanks very much, Tom. Thank you very much for Ian. It's very, very much appreciated.
Exactly. Thanks to everyone, a whole bunch. Thank you so much. What happens to the America of Honor? To the America of John Wayne, Jimster?
I'm not sure, eh?
Why don't we go over to Lickey End, Shakers, and see if John Wayne's spirit can help Norma avoid another fight with a neighbour.
Hackett Technologies is proud to present the Lickey End Chronicles.
Here you go, sir. Enjoy your Lickey cream tea.
Much obliged, ma'am. Smells mighty fine.
Oh, you're more than welcome, love. We always aim to please at Betty's Waffles.
I won't stand for this injustice. You're the deputy mayor. You should have stood up to run against that bloody blowing harlot. She makes my blood boil.
Norma, can we stop talking about the bloody jam? It wasn't even bloody there that day that you lost.
Lost?
Now, is there anything else I can
didn't
help
bloody
with?
lose the cheek. Anyway, my cousin Val Trout has a florist in Droitwich. You know her very well, actually. If the rumours are to be believed.
Well, I may have met her once or twice, I don't know.
Oh, yes, at the Premier Inn on the A441, just outside Redditch. When your wife's away, I heard. Anyway...
What do you want, Norma, for God's sake?
Norma, Frank, would you mind keeping it down a bit, please?
Your funeral parlour will be buying all your flowers from her from now on, and the price has just gone up 20%. Does your wife like flowers, Frank? Here. Why don't you take her these as a gift? That'll throw her off the scent, if you'll pardon the pun. They're called Clitoria ternatea. They're beauties, aren't they?
You wouldn't dare.
Just try me.
And I don't want you smuttily named flowers, Norma.
And you'll make sure that I win the next jam-making competition.
Frank, Norma, please.
You heard what the lady said. Sir, I'm going to ask you to treat this little lady with some respect.
Thanks.
I'm sorry, but I'm not quite sure who the hell you are.
Well, son, since you haven't learned to respect your elders, it's time you learn to respect your betters.
I assume you're talking about Betty as an elder. I still have my monthly cycle, you know.
Monthly cycle, village bike, more like. I hope you're not here to make trouble.
Young fella, if you're looking for trouble, I'll accommodate you. Otherwise, leave it alone. Now tell me what the hell's going on.
Norma's trying to get Frank to buy all these flowers from her cousin in Droitwich from now on. It's not blackmail.
Be quiet, Betty.
She's just going to tell his wife everything she knows if he doesn't sign
Hush,
the
Betty.
contract immediately.
I mean, look at my bouquet. Aren't they stunning?
My, they sure look like fine bloomers. What this town needs is real leadership and an end to petty squabbles. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sit right down here with you both until we can find an end to this childishness.
Childishness? He started it.
It don't matter who started it. I'm gonna finish it. This village is gonna work together, you hear? Now, if you do something I don't like, I'm gonna jump, and when I land, it'll hurt. I'm gonna ride you till you can't stand up. Every minute of every day.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about, sir.
I think I do. I like a bit of discipline. It's a dying virtue these days.
You do know that I'm the deputy mayor, don't you? You can't just march in here.
I'm here to make this fair, mister. And that's what I'm gonna do.
That's not going to wash here, mister. Betty, call the police and tell them that there's a drunk in the Lickey End tearooms.
I'm not a drunk, but I'll tell you what. I'm gonna count to 3, and when I finish, you'll get your yellow, filthy, lying, no good keister off this property.
Don't worry.
1.
I'm leaving.
2. Take the flowers, you filthy animal. Say, are you okay, miss?
I am now. Johnny. Now, you know when you said you'd ride us every day? Well, Betty's not really into that kind of thing, but I am, so...
Never a dull moment in Lickey End. Seriously, a nice little bit of giddy up from your guest, our guest in Lickey End, the Duke, John Wayne himself.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, he did a good job there, didn't he? Sorting Norma out.
I love the Duke. I'm going to ride you.
And Mayor Frank as well. Just occurred to me, because I was watching when we were on holiday. We got I forget what it's called, this channel, but on a lot of digital TV these days, there's this Western channel. I can't remember what it's called, but you've got all the John Wayne films on it. And some of the lines just sound so ridiculously contrived. And some of the lines in that sketch that John Wayne used were actual real lines from films that he was in. That thing about, if I jump, I'm going to fall down and it's going to hurt. I mean, I don't even know what that means. But that thing as well, I forget the film, the one where he said something like, and I'm going to ride you, and I'm going to ride you every day. That was off the film. I forget which one it was, but he was a US military trainer, and that's what he was saying to his recruit.
That was another great one as well. If you're looking for trouble, I'll accommodate you. Otherwise, leave it alone.
Yeah.
Incredible quote.
Yeah. Most of those were real. I mean, I guess he just does them to order anyway. But I did like how Betty gave away Norma's plan. She's not blackmailing. She's just asking him to pay all this money, or she'll tell his wife all that she knows. Anyway, good old Norma. We're not going to change her, I don't think, are we?
But the Home Alone revamped, refurbished bit in the end. I loved that.
Yeah, well, actually, the guy in Home Alone sounded quite a lot like John Wayne, and that kind of acting, it was just like it. So there you go. Let's see if we get the old Duke back next time Norma gets in a fight in Lickey End. Right, we do post of the week, eh?
Black Milkshake Best Post of the Week.
Post of the Week Shakers comes in from David Madra in Crete, Greece, Jimmy.
Hi, David.
A guy is driving around the backwoods of Montana and sees a sign in front of a broken down shanty-style house. Talking dog for sale. He rings the bell and the owner appears and tells him the dog is in the backyard. The guy goes into the backyard and sees a nice-looking Labrador retriever sitting there. "You talk," he says. "Yep," the lab replies. After the guy recovers from the shock of hearing the dog talk, he says, "So what's your story, pal?" The lab looks up and says, "Well, I discovered that I could talk when I was pretty young. I wanted to help the government, so I told the CIA. In no time at all, they had me jetting from country to country, sitting in room with spies and world leaders, because no one figured a dog would be eavesdropping shakers. I was one of their first valuable spies for 8 years running. But the jetting round really tired me out, and I knew I wasn't getting any younger, so I decided to settle down. I signed up for a job at the airport to do undercover security, wandering near suspicious characters and listening in. I uncovered some incredible dealings and was awarded a batch of medals. Sure, look it. I was outstanding in my field. I even received Cedric Gibbons' statuette and a highly acclaimed Welsh Bafta. I shit you not. I got married and I had a mess of puppies. Oh, I'm just retired. Guy is absolutely amazed. Goes back in and asks the owner what he wants for the dog. $10, the guy says. $10? This dog is absolutely amazing. Why on earth are you selling him so cheap? Because he's a big liar, pal. He's never, ever even been out of the fucking yard.
Oh, well done, David. Thanks very much. Yeah, it reminds me of our friend Chris, the talking dog. Brilliant. Okay, that's all, folks, for this week. We've got Kiss and Tell back next week, and a very woke bloke tries to report a crime to the police. Why not send us in a letter about an awkward date that you've been on at talkingistanbullocks@gmail.com. And you can also send in a message to the same address if you've got a topic that you'd like Morgan Freeman to write a poem about. You name the topic, he'll write the poem. It's that simple.
Yeah, please get straight down to that, Shakers. Ta very much for your support, Shakers. And please, if you enjoyed the show, please support the show in whatever way that you can. Tell a friend, post on your social media, and if anyone has been affected by cancer and would like to help someone in need, please Google Ilona Jennings GoFundMe Cancer. All donation, Shakers, are so much welcome.
Yes, thanks very much for that. Remember that this show is yours as much as ours, and we can only keep making it if you lend a hand in whatever way you can.
Special to the big ones, International Magazine. Mark E., our Chinese voiceover artist, Joan O'Rourke.
I nearly said Jorma, Wayne. I'm still laughing at you pronouncing Big Ones International like that. John Wayne, the people of Lickey End who mean so much to us, and Uncle Eamon McAndrew.
That's another Thursday podcast wrap, Shakers. Happy days, blue skies, furious jumping, and good girls.
Talking Istanbullocks comedy podcast was brought to you by Ray Mack and Jorma and was produced by James Kirk. No animals or copyright were violated during the making of this podcast. Talking Istanbullocks 2024.